And Tony, here we are, day 3 of the SWBL tournament. It's the 0-8 Pirates versus the 2-4 Indians. We should have a great matchup today.
Yeah, we're playing the game of the bottom feeders in here. We've got the last place team in the AL against the last place team in the NL.
And Tony, just because they're bottom feeders doesn't mean that it's no less competitive. I hear we have some smack talk going back and forth.
Yeah, the Twitterverse has been a little crazy with all of the smack talk going back and forth. One of the Indians actually wrote an article for the website yesterday talking about how much they want to beat the Pirates.
Yes, that's true, and as we know, the Pirates, Rob Walters is the king of the smack talk, king of throwing the bat, and he's certainly had some words for the Pirates in their earlier games this day.
Well, hopefully that smack talk will help him out, because the Pirates are looking to avoid being the only team to ever go 0-10 in the Skibbe Wiffleball League.
They'd hate to have that distinction.
It would be disappointing to say the least.
To say the least. Rob Walters is up to bat.
Pitching for the Indians is Alec Heck, also known as Scruffyhead.
And that's true. He gained that nickname back in elementary school. His 3rd grade teacher, Mrs. Jacobson, gave him that nickname.
He's had the same hairdo since then.
Rob Walters smacks one.
Out of there!
Get back, honky cat. Better get back to the woods. That ball is gone.
And the Pirates with an early 1-0 lead.
That's good to see, Tony, considering the season they've had thus far.
Well, I'm just trying to see some offense. And, you know, playing against the Indians, they're bound to get some. The Indians have given up over 115 runs in only 6 games.
That's an impressive statistic for those other teams.
Joe, this Pirates team is one of the oldest teams in the league, hence they are not very quick on the bases. They seem to be a very AL-centric team, going for just offense and power.
That's right. Their captain is actually returning after 2 years of retirement from the SWBL. He returns with his band of mates, so to speak, and as he hits one foul, it looks like. They've proven an offensive force, and Andy actually won Rookie of the Year and does have a home run crown on his resume. However, despite his offensive numbers, he's never won a championship, and he's actually only made the playoffs 1 time.
Well, you know, I don't think much is going to change this year. At 0-8, they're already out.
That's a shame for sure.
They're playing for pride now. Let's see if they can do it.
I mean, it'd be hard to argue that any team is having more fun than them.
That would be hard to argue. A pop up to left. Spencer Bogat under the ball, and he catches it for the out.
Makes it clear with those sunglasses on to keep the sun out of his eyes.
The sun was playing a major factor in this morning's games, but it seems to have dwindled off a little bit. It's not in the position that it used to be.
That's the nature of the sun, Tony.
Grant Shepard with a first pitch single to right.
You mean Stewart?
Yep.
Where did my back go?
Hey, if he comes back in a fair territory.
Grant, the Stewart of Gondor, with a single to right.
Rob Walters back up. Let's see if he'll bring out his patented tomahawk chop swing.
That's good to see, Tony. Always a fun to watch, and you know, it's whether it's a home run or a strikeout, you're going to be entertained because he's also got his patented bat throw.
We'll see what happens. Here comes the pitch. Outside for a ball. Down low for ball number 2. And a swing and a miss.
Did not feel good.
He was swinging for the fences and, quite frankly, just missed the ball.
That's all right.
Oh, he wanted to take the
for
one-handed tomahawk, but
he let go.
manages to hold off. You know, that takes some very minute muscle tension to pull off on that pitch.
That's true. A lot of players look at that and say, oh, he's clearly got horrible form, but perhaps Rob Walters knows something that all the other players don't, Tony.
He just might. Rob the Robot with a hit to left.
And
it'll end up being a single.
Second is Grant Stewart and Rob Walters with a single. That'll bring up Andy Oldenburg. Call him Great Odin's Raven.
A pause for balls right now. She said. And just like that, he goes yonkers, but it stays in the park. It stays in the park.
The run does not score, baby.
The run does not score. Rob Walters out at second.
Tony, that's heartbreaking for the Pirates. You just hate to see that, especially with the wind at our backs. You would figure that ball would carry. That's an unfortunate mishap.
I still don't know how it stayed in.
That's what happens when you suck.
And we'll be right back for the bottom of the first.
And we're back, Tony. John Callaway up to bat. We got Grant Stewart on the mound. Now, John Callaway was Rookie of the Year last year, and he was also on this season's preseason MVP watch.
Yeah, he's definitely not played up to that par, though. He's had quite a disappointing season.
The sophomore slump, some would say.
The sophomore slump it could be.
Some would say.
I've noticed he changed his hat for this game. He was wearing a TCU hat, going with the WV hat now.
Yeah, those horned frogs weren't doing him any good.
The problem might be the halter top also.
A frustrating at bat to say the least. And there
the
goes the Rob Walters bat toss. We thought we would see that.
Bat toss number 1. You know what, Joe? I think I'm going to keep a tally of bat tosses this game.
Tony, you might run out of ink in that pen.
No, you are. Loud noises.
Spencer Bogat actually made it to the Home Run Derby finals yesterday. Let's see what he can do here.
Obviously hoping to get his team started. Got a bit of a cocky streak he does with those sunglasses on. Swinging his hips, he's ready to play, and definitely no love for the Pirates.
And that one is a pop-up to left field. The wind takes it. Rob Walters with the catch. A 1-2 inning. You can't ask for much more from these Pirates. They're playing with heart, Joe. We'll be right back to see how the second goes. And we're back, top of the second. The 0-8 Pirates open to a 1-0 lead. Let's see if they can hold on or add to it.
Tony, even that is good to see for him, you know? Grant Stewart up to bat.
Alex Heck going shirtless for this pitching performance. Once again, there are no uniform rules in the SWBL. As you notice, Grant Stewart is wearing a Cardinals shirt right now, and they play against the Cardinals, so
gotta wonder if he's trying to harness some of their power.
The Cardinals have some power, but they had a disappointing loss to these Indians this morning.
Gets it out, and that'll be going straight to Spencer Bogat. He makes the play easily for the out.
And they throw the ball around the horn. I think that's the first time it's ever happened this year in the Skibbe Wiffleball leagues.
Maybe showboating a little bit.
A little showboating, I'd say.
You gotta imagine Rob Walters doesn't take kindly to that.
No, he's 2-0 with the 2 for 2 with the home run so far this game. Let's see if he can add to it.
Looking to make a statement this game, I'd say. Like bees from a jar, that ball's out of there, and he'll let me play it first.
And he runs it out.
Safe.
3 for 3, Rob Walters. He's playing with heart.
What more can you ask for, Tony? Rob's coming out here, looking to hit the ball farther than he throws the bat.
Here comes Andy up to plate. He is 0 for 2 so far. Let's see if he can get his first hit of the game.
As the captain of his team, we need to see some leadership.
We need to see some leadership, that's for sure. If you notice, he's actually wearing a Mariners shirt. The rumor mill in the Skibbe Wiffleball League is that a Mariners expansion team will be coming next year.
Yep. Flying five guys out from Seattle, I hear.
That's what I heard. Rob Walters seems to be heckling his own teammate now.
Standard operating procedure for Rob Walters.
And a break for balls. While we're at it, I'm going to break for beer. And Andy taking some balls, waiting for a walk, it looks like. Oh, and he hits one up the third base line.
Play at second, and that's
Spencer Bogad with a diving throw for an out at second. Quite the play.
He can't stop. He's addicted to the shindig. And we're back in the top of the third, bottom of the second. Brought to you by PNC Bank, the official banking sponsor of the SWBL. Alex Heck up to bat.
Alex, what the heck? We'll see what happens. And he hits a liner through center. He might run too. He's a fast guy. The hair seems to have slowed him down, and he's going to just stand up at one.
That's what he's known for, is getting those balls through there and causing confusion for the other team. He could have taken two, tried it, but he decided not to and stayed at first.
You know, that's the first hit for the Indians so far this game. I think he just wants to make sure he's on base.
Absolutely. Can't blame him there.
And the dirty knuckler from Grant. Let's see how this works.
He pegs John Callaway. That'll be 2 balls.
John Callaway looking to go golf club on this ball. And Big Bertha, it's gone!
Run.
It played into the Green Monster, but appears to be a home run nonetheless.
That Green Monster rule is interesting considering how many branches are on those trees, Tony. You never know where that's going to end up.
Yeah, Andy Oldenburg actually almost turned that into a playable pitch.
A lot of players hesitate, and that can cause some confusion.
You can tell he's a veteran at this field, making sure to wait until the ball hits the ground before anything happens.
Absolutely.
Spencer Bogad back up to the plate. An interesting little tidbit, Spencer actually intentionally walked 8 batters in a row to get to, well, me in their game against us earlier.
That's got to be a frustrating strategy, Tony. Would you say there could be a rule change in the coming years?
I'd say it's almost inevitable. Even the fans were having issue with it. On the offense, though, Spencer goes ahead.
Just like Kevin Croner, lead singer of REO Speedwagon, once did, the ball just said, "It's time for me to fly."
It's time for him to fly. An interesting little stat. All of the Indians' runs so far today have come on home runs.
They know what they excel at. As we mentioned, Spencer Bogad was in the home run derby last night. That was Blake Spencer who ended up winning it, though, for the Rockies.
No relation.
No relation at all, considering one's their first name and one's the last.
John Callaway, number 96, back up to bat. Let's see if he can go yard again. I doubt it.
I think
The appeal to the third base ump, i.e. the fans, no swing. Oh, he's coming inside!
He does not look happy, Tony. Oh, he points out to Grant Stewart.
The tension is definitely here in this game.
Will we see a benches clearing brawl? One could only hope, Tony.
Well, there's no benches, so I'm guessing they won't get cleared. However, all players on deck could happen.
We could see a charging of the mound, no doubt.
The knuckler from Grant comes up a little short.
John Callaway showing a lot of patience and restraint on this at-bat.
Pretty good for a young player against all these old guys.
A little confused on the count.
He's not yet old enough to add. Oh, a swing and a miss! You could hear that one a mile away. Whoosh! And Grant Stewart comes back with the nut shot, Joe. It's hard to do that in this game.
You might only see that once a weekend. Probably won't see that again this tournament.
And he hits it up to second. Everybody appears to be safe.
Alex Heck thought about going for 3, but was held back, I believe, once again by his hair.
I'd be curious to see how he performed if he shaved his head.
One would think it'd be like a swimmer in the pool. A lot faster.
A lot faster, nearly dolphin-like. Spencer Bogad up to bat. The bases are juiced in this game, seeing as how only 2 runners can be on base at once.
Right. Now Spencer does have a championship under his belt back in 2009. You have to wonder if some walks were in play in that championship.
I could only imagine.
Some strategic walks.
And he hits it up the third base line.
Rob Walters fumbles the ball, and that's got to be frustrating.
That's got to be called an error on Rob. There's just no turning back from that play. You got to make that.
You have to imagine that if Rob had a bat in his hands right now, it would be thrown, Tony.
It would be thrown. It's probably a good thing he doesn't always carry a bat.
Surprised his shirt's still on.
And his glasses for that point. However, they're being held on by a band, so I think they're staying on for the game.
We'll see. His frustration may mount. Alex Heck lets the ball one go by, but then takes a strike.
He nearly knocked over the strike zone with that follow-through. Ooh, a foul tip. That'll bring the count to 2 strikes. And here comes the pitch.
And hit by a pitch.
The submarine throw hits him on the chest. And he takes the pitch inside.
Grant Stewart's having some trouble on the mound now.
That he is. A little outside. And he walks the batter. Unfortunately, though, nothing happens for this offense, as the only thing that happens is the players change positions. We still have a runner at second and third. Nobody out.
That's right, Tony, and that is the rule that's going to be looked at in this offseason, one would imagine.
I don't think that was an intentional walk, however. Grant is just losing some control. Continues to come inside on John Callaway. As I say that, he goes way outside with a pitch. The overhand pitch, a single appears to right field, and that'll be an RBI for John Callaway.
It's good to see. You want to get that young player to find his control and bring some runners in. That's what you like to see.
Spencer Spring Break Bogad up to bat. Yeah, I stumbled on some words.
And here is Spencer up to the butt.
Right up to the butt. Now he's talking to himself.
Still wearing his shades.
And cleats, for that matter.
Spencer
He takes one way inside, but
Bogad
swings at it. Knocks it into the peanut gallery. I think he's trying to shut him up. They're talking a little smack over there. He takes a pitch up, and he hits a single to third. Safe at all bases.
For those of you wondering, Yadier Molina of the St. Louis Cardinals just hit a grand slam.
And Rob with an out. A small fumble, but he manages to peg John Callaway squarely in the back. That's one way to get an out, Joe.
That's the old way, Tony.
That's probably my favorite rule of this league is the patented dodgeball rules, where if you throw the ball at somebody and hits them, they're out.
You'd love to see that in other leagues.
Especially football.
Could you imagine it in basketball?
I could. I don't want to, though.
Handball will get out of control.
Also, billiards. That could get dangerous.
We'd see a few broken jaws, no doubt.
I bet John Callaway goes down swinging. Oh, and he pops it up to the pitcher. A pathetic attempt at a single.
Oh, it looks for the bat throw, but oh.
He seems to be coming after us
Clearly
now.
frustrated.
He's 1 for 5. He's not 1 for 5.
3 for 5.
He's 3 for 5.
But Tony, he is clearly frustrated with the announcers.
And the score is 5-1 going into the third. And we're back. We are back, Joe. You say it, I say it, we'll both say it. I'll say it first. We're back.
We're back indeed, Tony.
We are back.
The score is 5-1.
I will raise my hand when I want to talk next time. Go ahead, Joe. Take the reins.
The score is 5-1.
Thank you. Damn it, dude. Get some more runs.
And Rob heckling his own teammate again. That probably helped with a single from Grant Stewart.
Grant, the Stewart of Gondor, with a single.
Here we go. Andy almost to Oldenburg.
The captain of the Pirates.
Captain.
Responsible for choosing
And he
the
goes
franchise names.
yard to left field.
Oh, hit sharp.
It's called a foul ball.
Good
That's
try.
a frustrating effort. You got to think that he wants to tee off on something like that,
wasn't even
but
close.
get him fair.
He got all of that one, just a little to the left. Snuffleupagus pitching. Can't seem to get under control. A small break for the balls.
Always got to take a break for the balls, Tony.
This break is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's, Joe.
Everything good starts at Dick's, Tony.
And a walk
That was
given
me, I
up
said
by
that.
Snuffleupagus.
That was my line.
Rob Walters claiming credit for Dick's Sporting Goods motto.
Give me credit where credit's due.
Rob Thaddeus
Hey,
Walters
guys,
coming up.
you guys
with
batted
2
out of
on.
order.
We just asked you who was up.
The commissioner.
I said
is,
Grant was up, and then Rob's after Grant.
There seems to be an issue in the game.
You pooched that one up, Berg. Yeah, I was first.
He really struded that one up, Tony.
If only there was some monkey bread involved.
That's definitely something that said around the office. They shrewded it up. Do you think it comes from Dwight
Only the
Schrute?
Pirates.
It might.
Only the Pirates.
They're up.
More than anything, right now, what I want to do is hit you.
And that, Joe, is a better example than any of how this game is, in fact, the toilet bowl of the season.
Rob Walters pretty frustrated. Just said he wants to hit Andy with his bat.
He crushes one to left.
You gotta
but
think
it's
he's not
a little
kidding.
foul. He's not kidding. And the tomahawk
the
chop!
tomahawk.
Back to Snuffleupagus.
Now am I up?
Yes.
Andy has to ask now before to make sure that he's up. He is indeed, Tony.
Andy Oldenburg. You might see there might be a little early onset Alzheimer's happening in this batting lineup.
Toss your bat to the other side.
Andy Old Man River Oldenburg up to bat.
And he hits one high, but down. Spencer Bogad with the frolicking catch. That looked a little inappropriate.
A little pirouette. A little Swan Lakey for my taste, Tony.
And that'll do us for the top of the third. We'll be right back.
And we're back, Tony. The Indians leading 5-1 with Spencer Bogad up to bat.
Now, unfortunately, you kind of had to see this one coming, looking at their records and all.
Yeah.
Ooh, and he crushes one up the left field line, but foul.
Clearly frustrated with our announcing, but you got to think some of that stems from his performance on the season.
This one's for you.
Grant sprained his ankle in the ditch.
We have an injury, it appears. Commissioner Skibbe, can the team play with only 2 players?
They actually cannot. They have one player, but Kevin Wheatucker's their free agent, and I think he's at work.
It's going to be a long call from the bullpen, to say the least. Spencer Bogad frustrated with the single. You'd have to think at 2 and 4, this team would be likely to be happy about anything they get.
That's true. They are playing the Pirates, so they should be hitting a lot better than this.
Alex Scraggly-Doo Heck up to bat. Taking some practice swings. Trying to level out that swing.
Right. And that
he
ball
hits
just
it.
made the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs, Tony. That's a home run.
Only you would know that, Joe. Only you would know that.
Any Star Wars fans listening out there, glad I could help you out.
That'll bring the score to 7-1.
My God, John Calloway just said, "Get back, honky cat. Better get back to the woods. Send
Yeah,
that ball back into the trees."
That's a little reminiscent of his team last year. He was hitting the ball very well last year. This year, he just hasn't been doing it. That right there might have changed his season around. Spencer Bogad takes a strike and then a ball. It's a 1-1 count from Grant.
And just like CeeLo Green, he says, "Forget you. That ball is gone."
Alex, shave your head heck. Fouls one off. That one is fouled off too. He dropped the bat like it was gone, and man, was he wrong. Here's the pitch. The 0-2 County pops it up.
Andy Oldenburg does not make the play. You would have thought he would have laid out for that, Tony.
I don't know. It looked like he was using a walker out there in center field.
He had tennis balls on that walker. Helps it slide.
Game ain't over yet, son.
That'll bring back in John Calloway, the youngster, Rookie of the Year last year.
Looking for his special bat. He's 4 for 6 so far today. 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. He's definitely been the offensive powerhouse for this struggling Indians team.
And that's a good thing to see, considering the high hopes coming into this season. You'd hope to see him get it together midway through the season here.
Should be gone.
Grant's struggling with his control.
A pop-up. Hits him where they're not, but Rob makes a good play.
Oh, and there could
he
be a play at
chases it.
first. He throws it. Now this is going to be interesting, Tony.
That's going to be an error on Rob.
Yeah, I can't even draw on second.
And Rob,
It's like that's it.
with some profanity, says, "Forget that ball."
Can't stop using it yet. I am done using it. The old peyote.
You can't blame Rob for that, though. Oh, an 0-8 team looking for a big inning-ending double play. You got to make that throw, even if it is an error.
Absolutely, I agree, Tony. Spencer Bogad back up to the bat. He's using his patented bat, the peyote. Now, I don't know if that means the bat is called peyote or if he's actually using peyote, Tony.
If he's using peyote and playing like this, I'd be impressed. Grant Stewart a little off on the pitches.
We have Alex Heck on second, Spencer Bogad up to bat, and John Calloway on deck.
Not on deck, but
I'd say he's on deck. And Spencer Bo got it
Anybody else over there?
for a foul ball. And a swing and a miss.
A rare miss for Spencer Bogad. He doesn't like to do that. Doesn't like to look like an idiot, I would imagine.
You know, looking like an idiot's hard, but Spencer pulls it off.
Don't act like I'm the dumb I didn't know.
Getting close to a walk here. That is 6 balls from Grant Stewart.
2 strikes, however, so this is still a pitcher's count.
Full count now, 7-2.
And Spencer Bo got that one. You know, he calls himself Bo Nasty. I don't know why.
said this inning.
No idea why, Tony.
We do the same thing to you. Oh, yeah, absolutely. 6. Bet mine to be retired.
Alex, stop with all the heckling. up to bat, and he hits a short single to right field. And by right, I mean left. West Virginia up to bat. You know, Joe, I'm a little disappointed. Ever since I started keeping the bat tosses column, there's not been any.
That's got to be frustrating, Tony.
If nothing else, we need some entertainment in this league.
No doubt. Rob Walters out in the field. Somebody should give him a bat. I have no doubt he would throw it willingly.
No doubts. 0 doubts would be given.
Indubitably.
And the knuckleball!
Like
John-
Sugar Ray back in the 90s, that ball says, I just want to fly.
Do you have those written down or something?
This is just Joe.
And we're back, top of the fourth. The score 12-1. The Indians have taken a commanding lead, Tony, and it's got to be frustrating for the Pirates, but not altogether unfamiliar for them.
Not unfamiliar at all. This 0-8 team is not playing well. And that'll be a single to center.
I did too. Dealer's choice. Yeah, I didn't run on that one. Shut up.
And this brings back up Rob Walters. He is 4 for 4, Tony, so we're expecting good things from him.
He also has been voted best stance and swing in all of the SWBL.
No doubt. It's patented, Tony. He starts with 2 hands on the bat, and as it comes forward, he uses just 1. It's an impressive style.
Oh, is that it?
I got a baseball, Joe. I got a foul ball.
Now that's a great souvenir for a fan.
This is an announcer's dream, is to catch a foul ball. Rob's waiting for the ball back. I don't think he's going to get it. This one I'm taking home. This is a keepsake.
Good for you, Tony. Put that on eBay.
And there it is. The overhead tomahawk chop. Just a little foul.
Got any comments about that one?
And Rob looking for 2 bases, but he's just too slow.
Up yours, Tony. There's a guy already there.
Andy Sandberg up to bat. And that's a strike! An interesting play and out at second. And we'll be right back with the bottom of the 4th. But not by...
And we're back. Tony, I don't know about you, but I could go for some toasted ravioli from Krieger's Sports Bar and Grill.
I couldn't, however, they did bring us that commercial break, so I feel inclined to go anyways.
Well said. Spencer Bogat up to bat using the standard 32-inch wiffle bat. The Indians, of course, up 12-1 over the Pirates, so
Putting
I
on
suppose
quite the shellacking.
he could use a 22-inch bat and it still wouldn't matter.
Rob the Robot pitching. We didn't mention that. There was a pitching change by the Pirates.
Yes, Rob Walters on the mound. Now this should be fun to see. You should see some frustration, perhaps some dirt kicked up. That'll be good to see. Good for the fans.
Almost inevitable. Also, it was rumored, to go along with his one-handed batting stance, he talked about having a two-handed pitch motion that he's going to pull out.
Rob, you want a bat out there so you throw it?
Some heckling from the fans.
I throw the bats a lot.
You gotta throw it
And Alex Shirtless Heck coming up to bat.
Alex, where the heck did his shirt go? Heck.
It looks like Rob's just going for him. Oh, and that's a pop-up. But it's going to drop right in front of Grant. You know, Grant's not used to hustling out there. He's been pitching all game.
Yeah, that's got to be a change of pace out in left field. There's a lot of balls hit there. John Callaway scooting away some of the bats. John Calla all the way.
And here's the pitch. It comes inside. That's a strike.
Strike.
A little outside from Rob.
Trying to lean into it. That's all I got. What?
That's gone, Joe. There's just no other doubt about it.
No doubt at all. John the Baptist baptizes that ball into the trees.
Rob, someone poisoned the Walters hole.
That was bad.
That was bad.
That was bad.
One more home run, the game's over.
You're coming, not the hit.
Unfortunately.
Just in case anybody was wondering, a home run here by Spencer Bo Nasty Bogad would be the game. He takes a strike, however. It's a 0-1 pitch. And Rob with a little outside on that ball. It's 1-1. For those of you following at home, the Royals are now tied with the Orioles.
The Orioles have come out of nowhere this season, Tony.
That they have. Much like, well, nobody really. The commissioner, Sam Skibbe, nearly predicted these results of this SWBL perfectly.
Yeah, that's true.
Saw that?
And Spencer takes the pitch low.
Spencer hoping for the home run, Tony.
He's waiting for one right down the pipe. And a disgruntled Spencer with that walk.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he'll take it, but it's got to be frustrating for Rob, but it's also frustrating for Spencer.
As the team captain, Mr. Bogad clearly wants to end this game on his own turn. Quite selfish, if you ask me.
No doubt.
Fuzzball gets a single, but Spencer's thrown out at second.
And yeah, we'll bring up John Callaway, hoping not to strike out. He is hoping for the home run.
He has had 4 home runs this game. Let's see if he can make it an even 5.
That's odd, Tony.
He does, however. Oh, a drop in right field by Andy.
And that will give Spencer Bogad the chance he so desperately wants to end this game on his own terms.
Hopefully he doesn't choke.
Choke.
In what would be a little... Oh, that was just an ugly pitch. It's just an ugly pitch.
Can't say anything else about that, Tony.
In what could be some poetic justice, though, I feel as if Rob should just walk Spencer in turn for walking 8 batters intentionally in their game against the Cardinals. 8 batters.
Tony, while it's not against the rules, that is certainly a questionable sportsman play.
That's it. Oh my. Well done.
And Spencer playing games with Rob right now. That's what he looked for, and he popped it up like the fool that he is. We're going to the 5th, gentlemen. We're going to the 5th.
Supposed to keep playing. I won't get that.
And we're back for the top of the 5th.
Grant Stewart up to bat. Alex Heck on the mound.
And Grant goes back into the green monster. It's gonna be a single.
He didn't run that one out, Tony. Interesting that he just stood and watched it.
One might say a younger player would make it to third by then.
Could have.
Rob Walters up to bat. He is an unprecedented 5 for 5 so far. Let's hope he doesn't blow it. And he doesn't! He goes boom shakalaka to left field.
Impressive, Tony. That is, we will not see a bat throw for that unless it's celebratory.
He doesn't feel bad
A
about it.
celebratory bat throw. We haven't seen many of those.
Not since '87, I believe.
Now, in the exact opposite side of the spectrum, Andy, who is 0 for 6, now 0 for 7. That, my friends, is a bat throw.
Andy Oldenburg doing his best Rob Walters there, just totally pushing the game today. Congratulations.
0 for 6.
Andy Oldenburg 0 for 6. Now, from the captain of your team, Tony, that's not what you want to see.
No, however, he's got a little help with, as well as Rob's playing on offense.
That's true. Grant, that'll bring back up Grant Stewart to bat. He was hoping for that home run.
And Joe, a disappointing end to the toilet bowl. A lazy pop fly to Spencer Bogad.